Greetings. My name is Rick McKinney, and I'm going to be your instructor for this practical ministry course. I wanted to tell you just a little bit about myself and my history so that you can understand how I will be approaching this practical ministry course. I was raised in the home of a pastor. My father was a pastor for over 55 years. I surrendered to preach at age 14 and now have been preaching almost 50 years. I've spent 45 years in church ministry, most of which I've spent as senior pastor, but I've also been a worship pastor. I've been an interim pastor. I've been a youth pastor and a college pastor. And so I come at this from a perspective of a person who has a great deal of experience working within the church. However, my wife and I were also in full-time evangelism for 7 years, traveled all around the world. We have ministered in all 48 lower states, as well as China and Tibet and Canada and India and Mexico. So I also have a fair amount of experience working outside the church in parachurch organizations, supporting and helping the church, but still in active ministry. In 2006, my wife and I walked across America from Los Angeles, California to Washington, D.C., 2,770 miles, walking about 20 miles a day, 6 days a week. And we did that in order to intensify our lives in the area of prayer and evangelism. Intentional prayer for the people that we met, hundreds of which we were able to tell about Christ, and evangelizing and telling people about their need for a Savior. It was the most amazing experience of our lives. My wife and I have been married for over 45 years. We have 3 adult children. And so I also have some practical experience in being in ministry and being a husband and being a father and raising a family. I hope all of that gives me a pretty good perspective on ministry, a well-rounded experience in ministry, so that I can be of help to you over the next few weeks as we study what it means to approach ministry from a very practical standpoint. I also have a fair amount of education, not that that's particularly important, but just so that you know, my bachelor's degree is in church music. I have a Master of Theology, a Doctor of Ministry from George Fox University, and then I went back and got a second Master's in Education so that I could be a better instructor and a better teacher. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be studying lots of areas of ministry. We're going to have a fairly quick exposure to lots of different practical aspects of ministry. And so you won't be able to go quite as in depth as you might like to go in many of these subjects, but hopefully this course will give you a broad overview. I'm always available to talk to you either by email or by phone, or I'm on Facebook. You can Facebook message me. You can contact me in any of those ways. I'd be glad to talk to you about the course. I'd also be glad to talk to you about other ministry issues that you may anticipate or may even be having at this point in your life, or questions about your future. I love to talk to college students about what's going on in their life. If you ever have a question about an assignment, please contact me as early in the week as possible. I think the syllabus is very clear about your instructions and about your assignments, but if there is any question, please feel free to contact me. I'll try to clarify that as quickly as possible. Hopefully we won't have any technical glitches along the way. I believe I've tried and then double checked everything. It should work smoothly. The videos that I'm asking you to watch each week are very important and are in lieu of us having synchronous sessions together online. And so it's important that you watch those videos, that you read the readings, and that you digest it as much as possible so that you can intelligently talk about it in your posts and in your final papers. It's going to be good to be with you over the next few weeks, and I am praying for each of you as you approach this course. And I pray that you will get lots of great information and practical advice as we study together. I'll see you soon.